I want you to develop a different mindset. I want you to go against the tide of the 21st century and develop mastery. I wrote a book. It came out, I think, 10 years ago now, maybe 9 years ago, called Mastery. It is my 5th book, and it's a very, very important book, and I'm going to summarize it for you. I'll just say first that the reason it's so important is a lot of people nowadays are very undisciplined. They think because of their phones and because of technology, they can get whatever they want just by clicking, just by pointing their finger, and it kind of carries over into all aspects of life. And I want you to develop a different mindset. I want you to go against the tide of the 21st century and develop mastery. So how do you do it? There are 6 steps that I lay out in the book. The first step is by far the most important, and it's not by far the most important in the book. It's the most important thing in your life. You master this first chapter and everything else will fall into place. It's discover your life's task. Discover what makes you unique. Discover what you were meant to accomplish in life, right? Your calling. What that means is when you were very young, you were a unique person. Your DNA, your experience in life mark you out as like nobody else that has ever existed in the past or will ever exist in the future. You are one of a kind. You were meant to do something in life that reflects that uniqueness, whether it's in sports, whether it's in music or the arts, whether it's in science and mathematics, whether it's in social and working with other people, whether it's in an engineering sense, kind of abstract reasoning. You have a power, a superpower. It was given to you, a seed that was planted at your birth. And if you know what that uniqueness is, if you're able to hone in on it, now when you're 20 years old and you enter the work world, you have a sense of direction. I love physical things. I'm born for athletics, for sports. All right, now you can follow that path. And then eventually in your career, you'll turn that into something larger. Or for me, it was writing, etc. I experimented. I tried different forms of writing. But knowing that that was my life's purpose gave me an incredible sense of direction. In my book, Master, I give you all kinds of tips for discovering it. It's a voice inside of you that you're not listening to, but that you can rediscover. Once you find your life's task, you then enter in the second phase, which is the apprenticeship phase, which is the most important in a way. I mean, the first one is the key. The second one is the most kind of critical for your progress. It's the period in your 20s when you're learning various skills. You want to value learning over money. What matters to you is learning as much as you can about that field that excites you, developing skills that you can combine later on when you turn 30 or 32 into something unique and powerful, a business, a startup, a book, any kind of career in science or whatever, right? You need to be developing skills and taking it very seriously, gaining the discipline that will carry you through life. And just think of your 20s as an apprenticeship phase that you have to go through, just like it did in the Middle Ages, like 7-8 years of working diligently. And if it's something that you love, it's exciting. The third thing is actually a part of the apprenticeship phase, and it's what I call working with a mentor. So there are no shortcuts to mastery. There are no hacks. There are no way to cut it down from 10 years of hard work to 2 years. But having a good mentor is the only conceivable shortcut. Finding somebody who has experience, who's made mistakes, who can teach you, guide you, who can say, this is good, this is bad, can help you avoid wasting a lot of time and really give you the focus that is necessary. And in Mastery, I give you clues for finding the perfect mentor. It's generally someone that you connect with emotionally. It's like your second parent, but it can be a very valuable relationship. The fourth step is what I call social intelligence. And what I mean by that is you could be so brilliant at what you do. You could have all the skill in the world. You could be technically proficient. You can know coding, left, right, and center better than anyone else. But if you're not good with people, it won't matter at all, right? You'll be making mistakes. You'll be offending people. And every time you advance through your brilliant ideas, you'll fall back because you'll say something stupid, you'll do something bad, and we're a social animal. So this chapter, this part is about developing it like you develop skills in the apprenticeship phase. Your social intelligence is a skill you must develop. And I explain how you need to be empathetic, how you need to be more attentive to other people. If you are socially intelligent and you have skill, the world is your oyster. You will open up, and that opens up to the fifth step in the way, which is unlocking your creativity. Once you have learned all the heuristics, all of the skills you need to learn in your particular field, and you're socially aware, you've worked with a mentor, now you're able to take all of those ideas and to make something original and creative, to take that energy and do something that no one else has done before. And a lot of people don't do that. They're afraid now. They've learned all the skills, all the things they need to know, but to take that next step and do something different, start their own business, write something new that's never been written before, create an organization that's never been done before, they're afraid of that. They're locked in that apprenticeship phase. They don't want to leave it. They want to stay with the corporation and do what you want. Creativity means I'm going to take all those skills and I'm going to be bold and I'm going to do something new and different. And if you follow the path that I lay out in the first 4 chapters, your mind will start opening up and things will come to you. And I have many stories in there of the beautiful things that happen to people once they enter that realm of starting to be creative with all the major things that they've learned in life. If you take that far enough, if you keep going farther and farther into the creative process, always learning, always being flexible, you will arrive at the ultimate, the 6th step, which is mastery, which I call fusing the intuitive with the rational. You have so much skill, you have so much experience, you no longer have to think. You have a feel for what comes next. You have an intuition. Ideas come to you out of nowhere. If you're playing chess, you see 40 moves in advance in like a flash of a second. If you're playing the piano, you no longer have to worry about your fingers. You're just automatically doing it. Your mind is elsewhere. It's in the flow, right? If you're a scientist, discoveries will suddenly come to you. It's a wonderful, wonderful feeling. It's a sublime feeling. And I give stories in there. Many of us may never reach that level. I know I've had flashes of it, but I'm not considering myself I've attained that level of mastery. But it's an amazing feeling, and I want to inspire each and every one of you to reach that level of mastery by going through those 6 steps, by being patient and disciplined, by being creative and independent, and then finally following it to the end where ideas come to you and you are the master of your field. And so I think the book is designed to lead you and seduce you into following this process. And that is mastery for you.